Alright folks, how's it going? Mr. Cattys. That's my Clouseau impression now. Going to be doing a bit of this. A bit of that. So this one I'm going to do a... So stay tuned. Let's see how we get on today. Ooh, quite warm actually, considering I put an extra fleece on this morning. And I put an extra fleece on. Only like a gilet, but it's actually quite cold, even though the sky is nice and blue and it's sunshine. Anyway, shut up, get on with it, son. Right, so I'm going to get a fire going, and it pains me to say it, but I saw this one of these shorts, reels, whatever, on Instagram, and now I've watched one. There's fucking hundreds of them keep coming up, which is, I find it quite annoying actually. But one of them that I did see was this. Now I'll show you later on. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to make some of this stuff up, but I'm going to use what I've got in here now. And it's pretty good firelighting, or even just to keep as an emergency, but obviously don't drink it. The reason why it's this colour is because of the soap that I used, but I am going to demo it in a bit. But you have a watch of this. So a big glue to that. Look at that. Oh. You're my excitement. I didn't have my Tinder bundle going. But watch how long it burns for as well. It's quite good stuff. Quite impressive. I'll show you in the video if you want to see it. I'm going to make some more. So just getting a brew on. A little while back I had it, and I noticed that a few other people had it as well, where some numbnut was commenting and saying and ranting at YouTubers, saying that, oh, you know, you come out and you have a cup of tea, you make a brew, no one wants to see that. Well, don't really care really. Because I'm still going to carry on doing it, because it's got a bit of a trademark in the videos now, I think, especially with the Darjeeling coffee. And you shout back at the screen, shut it Barney. So yeah, it's always obligatory to get a brew on, isn't it? You know, I've just traipsed out here, blowing out my arse. Now sit there, I've got the fire going, and yeah, got to get a brew on, haven't you? Yeah, so an hour of boredom. Well, not even an hour, a little bit. I went on to the old, you know, where you press the magnifying glass on the Instagram page, and it's almost like, I don't know, setting your own death sentence, isn't it? But anyway, all these videos come up. I think it's AB Bushcraft, the Dutch guy, that's always calling out all these fakers and all the rest of it. You know, there's Doris's out there, you see them cutting a bit of wood and they smell it and it's like a bit of oak or something, you know, and it hasn't got the same smell as a resinous bit of wood, has it? and all this sort of stuff. But there was one that I see, and I was not the person that was doing it, it was the actual what they'd used, and it was basically, what come out of it was this. Well, you saw at the beginning of the video, if you've got this far into it, how flammable this stuff was. But I've bought the ingredients out, and I'm going to make some just to show you. Maybe some of you have seen the video, or you've seen, you know, you can't really miss them, can you, if you're into our game, you know, camping and bushcraft and survival and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with that, I must admit. I'm quite impressed with that. So anyway, I'll show you that in a bit, you know, if you want to stay and see. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to get a brew on. As I've already told you, I'm probably going to go for a I'll tell you what I'm going to have. I'm going to have a Darjeeling. I'm going to have, no, I'll tell you what, I am going to have a Darjeeling coffee, so shut it, Barney. But I'm going to have a Millionaire's mocha, a bit like a microwave. Do you know that one? Anyway, at least here it's quite sheltered, and it's a little bit warmer, I suppose. The one I was walking out, I went out for a run yesterday. Yes, I went out for a run yesterday. It was quite a bright, clear sky and everything else, but God, was the old wind blowing up my carpet pass. And I ain't gonna lie, that was certainly putting the shivers up the old timbers, as it were. But yeah, I've got another ultra coming up here next month, or in April now. So in May, I'm doing signed up to do the Goering Gap one again that I did last year. So that'd be interesting. It's about 33 miles, so they say it's a 50k, but it's a little over 50. It's about 33 miles, this one. So glutton for punishment or whatever, I don't really know. The medals don't mean shit. It's just you know, it's just basically doing it, you know. That's all it is. There's nothing else. It's just that little personal sense of achievement of doing something like that, you know. I know I'm never ever going to be an elite runner. I like to drink beer and I'll smoke a roll up, you know what I mean. So it's just something just to keep me ticking over at me young age. So the Bushcraft show is on next month, second bank holiday in May for the UK bros and broesses. I don't know if anyone from internationally comes over, you know, and visits the show. Quite a good show actually. I'm getting quite a lot into it. I like the social side of it, so I'm hoping to be there this year. So if you're there, you know what I mean, and you see me about, then come and say hello. And obviously if I know you, I'll be coming to say hello to you, you know what I mean. So I'm getting smoked out right now. Now this is a Boundless Voyage grill, titanium grill. Now the reason why I'm using this one rather than my TJM one, because it's in my other kit. Alright, so it's not because I, you know, I just compartmentalise bits of kit that I had. Got a bit of bannock. This has got cinnamon in it and raisins and the usual stuff. And then I brought out a Steak Detective treacle sponge later. And then I've got some good old honey butter to go with my bannock. Great accompaniment that is. I ain't gonna lie. When I first started watching the Outdoor Boys, Luke, and his kids, Jake and whatever, his nephews, and there's one thing I took from his videos. One is that he lives in a lovely location, got a beautiful bit of land and everything else. Obviously gets out on some superb adventures. I mean, he don't need plugging. I mean, he's got, like, you know, in the grand scheme of YouTube, 8 million odd subscribers, you know, compared to my pissy subscriber rate. But if there's one thing that really that I've taken away from him, from his videos, is that honey butter. I absolutely love it. I've actually been pretty good, actually. I've been cutting down on my carbs. Got to reduce my carbs, just because of training and stuff. And, but today I'm kind of blowing it. And I'll be out for a run again later anyway. But I absolutely love this stuff. If you ain't tried it, folks, go and check out the video of me in my sexy apron. Cattys in the kitchen or whatever. Good boy. Wonderful. Out of an old pair of trousers, that is. That's just the grill pouch. It's a perfect one back there. There's no space at all. To move that smoke was proper annoying me. Right, first project then. Got a few bits out of me today. Got a nice fishing reel. Number 12 bank line, Leatherman, a couple of safety pins. I did bring out some spruce roots because I still haven't done it yet. I want to play around with making these into some kind of fishing eyelets to go on, you know, like a make-do kind of hobo rod. So that's going to be my first project. All right, I want to sit through that hopefully. Cut myself a bit of willow. This is going to be the rod. Got a nice sort of bend there, which I think that's where the reel will go. And I'll cut it off, strip it all down, and suppose if I thought about it, I could have taken this off and used it to make some sort of cordage. What I've done was I made a constrictor knot there to hold that in place, and what I'm now going to do is just wrap it round, and I've left a little bit of stray cordage there just to knot it off at the end. Oh. Where this wood's a bit resinous though, it's still quite fresh, so it's I have to take it easy tying that on. That's the first one tied off. Do the second one. So this one I'm going to do a proper lashing. Now, as you can see there, that one obviously looks a little bit tidier than that one. I used the constrictor knot on that first just to hold the reel in place, because that wood was a fresh bit of willow. So what I'm going to do now, obviously that looks nice and tidy, doesn't it? So now I'm just going to pass that through there, as you do. More fingers and thumbs right now. So take that through, and then pull that through all the way. Right, until that click. Slightly longer just so I can burn them back. So that's the reel attached, and now I've got two safety pins. I'm just going to cut them down. Same with that one as well. And what I'll do is I'll attach one about where my thumb is, and then the other one up. If you can see there, I've got a tiny bit of tape holding the eyelet on, and the reason being it kept slipping. I could not get it to sit there right where that wood was. It's dried out a hell of a lot now, but it was really slipping. It was annoying me, if I must admit. It was getting a little tiny bit impatient. So I use that tape just to hold the eyelet in place. Right, so there it is. I've not got any fishing line or anything like that with me, but I am going to obviously utilise this and see how it works down a local little pond to me, which I'll probably do, and obviously I'm going to do in another video. So not bad. So there's the first project. I got the reel off of Amazon. It was just an ice fishing reel. They don't sell for a lot of money, about £6 or something, £7, and yeah, and then just a couple of safety pins. And as I say, I use number 12 bank line, which is obviously thinner than the 36. Yeah, I could have sort of, you know, thinned the 36 down, but I already had this knocking around, so I use this. Just being a bit lazy, I suppose, but it works, does the job. So, I don't know about you, I always carry some rations when I come out for the day, and obviously if I'm out for a longer period, when I see these videos of people that are talking about EDCs and Bobs and Jeffs and Warrens and Steves and Eric's and all these sort of bags and everything else, and they've got no rations in their kit, it just amazes me. Or they've got just one pouch of food to last them, I don't know, and then they're going to hunt for the rest and all the rest of it, blah blah blah. Well, that ain't me, and you know what I mean, I need to look after my gut, so I'll keep a load of rations. Pretty simple. One of Dayfire's bags. I've got Escape Detective meatballs and pasta, mugshot, double decker, packets, noodles, one of these little bars, little flapjacks, and then I've even got some chewing gum, one of the old army hot chocolates, which are pretty good, and then one of these little fruit bars, the little sweet jelly things. It's for energy, you know. The flapjack is obviously good energy. It's quite dense. The double decker is good if you're just getting a bit of shock and you need something sugary and sweet. Same with the bar, and same with the hot chocolate as well. I can't get my head around it. I never can get my head around it. I think people are just like, you know, I can snare, I can do a bit of hunting and all the rest of it, but you ain't relying on that. I really don't understand it at all personally. That's just my opinion, my humble opinion. But I'll always bring something out with me to have in my kit. Alright, yeah, I might do bannock bread and all that when I come out, but you know, that's the standard SOPs for me to have food in my kit. If you agree with me, you agree with me. If not, then, you know, no worries. Take your argument elsewhere, because I don't want it. Certainly don't leave it in the description, because I'll just tell you to fuck off. So, yeah. Bad idea, is it? I got one of these Amy's Victory Treacle sponge pudding from the State Detective, but I'm not eating it. I mean, after it having the bannock bread and the honey butter, I think I'll save this for another occasion. It's just because it's too much sweet stuff for me right now. One, you know, my little fancy coffees, and I've got a proper coffee bag in there on its own, so I'll be this is for John Martindale. I'll be hearing the rabbits in the orchard, John. Right, so in this video I saw on Instagram of this person that did this, that made this, or something similar, still a flammable substance at the end of the day. And in the video, if you come across it, if you've seen it, then leave a message down below what you think. I personally think it's a great idea. But in the video, the person sort of walking through the woods, he finds a discarded bottle. I didn't find this discarded bottle. This was a bottle that was in my bin at home, because obviously they're props that I'm bringing out to do the video and to share with you folks. But he basically had a bottle, a bar of soap, cheapest bar of soap I could buy, 35 pence. Still smells nice. And then finally he used like, you know, some sort of petrol or whatever. I didn't have anything like that at home, but what I did have was some Coleman fuel. So this is it. Now, from personally speaking, if you can find a bottle with a slightly bigger spout, it's certainly easiest to get the soap in, I found. But literally what you do is you get your bar of soap and literally cut that down. once you've cut all your soap down, put that in the bottle. So now dispense that into the bottle, getting your whatever liquid you're going to use, flammable liquid. In this case I'm using the Coleman fuel. So literally you pour that in. I don't know how much you're supposed to use. I literally done it just to the top of the where the soap was. Let's put the lid back on. This is where I like to see like a roll up or something. Set myself on fire. Give it a shake. Give it a good shake. And then what starts to happen, obviously the fuel, whatever it is you're using, obviously starts to make the soap go quite gloopy. Obviously, just for the video, I'm just going to put some straight onto the mud. Dispense how much you want to put in there, and then with a lighter, whatever, there you go. I'm impressed with that personally. Really good idea. You know, you could make some of that up and just stick it in the boot of your car in a little metal case or something, and just have it with a few firelighting bits and pieces if you have a breakdown or whatever during the cold months, or whenever really, it doesn't really matter. But just having that so you can make a fire, even if it's just for a signal, even if you want to put that inside the bottom of a stove of sorts and just use it to, you know, sort of boil up a cup of water or whatever, just to have a brew and eat a chocolate bar or something. How good's that? I was really impressed with that, I must admit. So there you go, folks. If you've tried it out, then obviously, you know, leave a comment down below. Let us know. You know, let us know your thoughts on that one. If you think it's a good idea or it's a shit idea. Me personally, I think it's quite a good one. I've still got a good burn on that. Yeah, it's been going, I don't know, about 3 or 4 minutes now, and it still looks like there's a bit of life left in it. So yeah, I like it. I think it's a really good idea personally. But some of you out there might not like it, or if you've got your opinions on it, leave your comments down below. Right, so there it is, folks. I'm off now. So hope you like that one. Don't forget to leave your comments down below and all that sort of stuff. Check the description out if I put any links down there and all that sort of stuff. And I'll see you on the next one, folks. Take care. Stay safe.